most of the students in this generation are too busy in their social life that leaves little time for extensive reading. Bell 2001 stated that extensive reading has been shown to be successful in increasing reading speed and comprehension. Knowing how to understand a text will help improve the student's knowledge in certain areas and help them learn new skills and information more quickly. In the case of 32nd graders of senior high school in Banda AC, 15 of them failed the reading comprehension test due to, first, limited vocabulary. They said there are a lot of words in English that they don't understand that made them fail to answer the reading comprehension test correctly. Second, the type of text is another factor. Students could not explain when asked what the text recount is because of their lack of knowledge of the text genre. According to Greenleaf and Murphy 2012, there is a connection between the type of text that is effective in reading comprehension. Students will find it difficult to process and comprehend the text due to their lack of familiarity with the language features and structure of the text. Lastly, they cannot identify the type of question in the reading test because of their inability to distinguish between the nature of the various forms of reading comprehension question, which resulted in their failure in answering the reading comprehension test.
Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Simon Albolete, and today I am going to talk about our third slide, and it stated that the students identified with difficulties in reading comprehension can receive intensive remedial instruction to help them with their struggles in understanding the text. Intensive reading requires learners to read in depth with clear learning goals and assignments. Therefore, the contribution of the study is to help students who have difficulty in reading comprehension and to develop their reading comprehension skills such as their vocabulary, fluency, sentence structure, and cohesion, reasoning, context awareness, decoding, working memory, and attention through intensive remedial instructions. Moreover, the benefits of intensive reading is to help the students by understanding sentence structure and developing critical thinking, as students have to answer all required questions after reading. It also enhances collaboration among students and is sometimes done in pair or group work.
Hi guys, so I am Queenie Grace Dupalco and I'll be the one to discuss to you the fourth slide. First, we have the identify the main idea. So the study reveals that 30% of the senior high school student in Banda Aceh cannot recognize the main concept, since they only read a several texts in English. So as we can see that the student there, they are lack of interest in reading English, and as well as they don't have willingness to read. On the other hand, we have the vocabulary, wherein the study reveals that 30% of a senior high school student did not or cannot understand the detail in the text because they do not understand the text, which in turn was induced by their vocabulary deficiencies.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Marisa Umani. Now I am presenting to you the specific scenario for remediation in reading comprehension. Now, first is identifying the main idea. The study reveals that the students who failed in reading comprehension test cannot recognize the main concept since they seldom read a text in English. The students were not interested in reading English and there was no willingness to read. Now, second is the vocabulary. The student could not remember the details in the text because they could not understand the text, which in turn was induced by their vocabulary deficiencies. Now, third is making inferences. This study found that students often failed to make inferences because they were poor in identifying the appropriate information from the test, as well as not knowing how to integrate one piece of information into another in order to make inferences. Now, these are the specific scenario. Now, how to plan of remediation? There are 4 learning objectives. The first is identify basic genres, the fiction, non-fiction, and poetry. Second is identify the most relevant information from a paragraph and use it to develop a statement that expresses what they perceive the main idea to be. Now, third is locate unfamiliar words in a story and determine their meaning using a variety of strategies. Example, the prior knowledge, context clause, group discussion, and media sources. And the last is familiarize with the components of an inference, make inferences based on background knowledge and clues from the text.
We're talking about learning objectives, a plan of mediations. First, you need to locate unfamiliar words in a story and determine their meaning using a variety of strategies. Example, prior knowledge, context clues, group discussion, or media resources.
Hi, my name is Jane Laika Lipasan, and I will be the one who's going to discuss slide 6 of our PowerPoint presentation. So the first one is repeating the words again and again, or repeating the words repeatedly. Rereading allows the learner to encounter the text again, and this is a very helpful way in addressing comprehension difficulties, as this gives them a chance to notice the points that they might have missed initially. Also, by rereading, they get to be more familiar with it, and they will have a better understanding of the words and phrases. So when they reread, they get to figure out the meaning of the words and phrases that they were not able to grasp the first time around. Alright, so the second one is identifying the important details. So identifying the main idea or the important details of the text is very crucial, because once you got the main idea or the important details of the text, the supporting details and everything else in the text will be understood as well. So those information will be put into place as well. So students may get to ask questions about who or what the paragraph is about, or they may ask themselves about what is the most important information about the who and what of the paragraph. So students may ask themselves relevant information or relevant questions to identify what are the important details or what could be the main idea of the text they are reading. Alright, so the third one is making inferences. Making inferences is also an effective way in addressing comprehension difficulties. Through making inferences activities, students will get to create information based from the text that they are reading. These information are not directly stated, which means it is implied. Hence, by letting students infer what is the hidden meaning of the text, they are given the opportunity to form an opinion based on what they have understood from the text without its meaning being explicitly stated.
Good day everyone, my name is Shaira de los Reyes and I will be sharing to you about the teacher's role. A teacher can offer a sample of such short fiction story to any of their learners. Let them tell themselves what or to whom the story is all about. Evaluate themselves what are those significant details is about, and for 10 words, summarize the basic point. Students can develop their right to determine a key concept through such activities and articulate everything through a coherent and accurate way.
Reading comprehension problem occur when there is an inability to grasp the meaning of the words, phrases, and paragraphs. So the role of the student here is that once the student was done reading, they may ask, which argument is clear throughout the sentence? Is it talking about an individual? Why and does anyone consider a justification for one that occurred, or perhaps an argument for it? However, the students in inferring, they can hunt for clues like supportive evidence, terminology, behavior, explanation, and much more. The most important things when engaging students in any role in school is to acknowledge first their duty, which is learning. Their learning is paramount to be meaningfully involved throughout school.
In conclusion, this remedial reading program will help the students in their reading comprehension difficulties by helping them to identify the key concept of the text, increase their vocabulary, and eventually teach them how to make inferences. By doing so, students will be motivated to read and they will be able to cope with their classmates in reading comprehension tests.